Welcome to the Tending Our Nets podcast, where we believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ. We encourage everyone to learn more. We work to equip believers to share their faith with everyone they know.
Welcome to the Tending Our Nets podcast. My name is Joshua Sherman, and I am your host here. We are talking about the good news, the gospel of Jesus Christ. We're looking at different facets of it. We're trying to explore just how big and beautiful and expansive it is. We've been talking about the bad news, the things that the good news really needs to be saving us from, that God needs to be reversing in order for it to be truly good news. And last time we pivoted into the good news that God did not create creation in a broken way, that when he created, he said it was good. When he created mankind, he said it was very good. That God created all of mankind, women, children, men, in his image to represent him here on earth. That is our calling, that is our identity, that is the role that we're supposed to play. It wasn't something that was just for kings, or for the powerful. It's something for every person. We're not just made to be slaves to the gods, but God has actually made us in his image to represent him. Those are all very powerful pieces of good news. It gives us a glimpse of what God originally designed in creation. And I think that gives us a glimpse looking forward, thinking, if God isn't going to leave things broken, where are they going? Where is he going to be bringing us to? The good news, part of the good news, is that God isn't going to leave things broken, right? He is bringing them back towards restoration, towards wholeness. In Hebrew, you have the word shalom, and we often hear that and we think, it just means peace. And for us, that means absence of conflict, right? It's very basic. But in modern Hebrew, it actually is the way people greet people. It's kind of a way of saying hello. So actually very much parallel to Arabic salam alaikum, right? Peace be upon you. But shalom means a lot more than just peace. It actually means wholeness and harmony. It means things being in the order that they were created to be in. So when we talk about shalom, when we talk about justice, actually those are intertwined, because justice is everything in its place, functioning the way that it should, right? This is how God created things to be. This is how God is going to bring things back to. So he's not content to leave them in their broken state. God is renewing all things. And so, when we actually look and we think about the way that Paul especially writes about this in the New Testament, in Romans chapter 8 and 1 Corinthians 15, Paul talks about what life will be like, the hope that we have in resurrection. But he also talks about the hope that actually gives to the rest of creation. So it isn't just about saving people, right? He says that all of creation is groaning and waiting in these kind of birth pains, waiting for the revealing of the glory of the sons of God. So creation is waiting for us to be renewed. And that is actually a part of the way that God is going to be renewing all of creation. What God did in Jesus, what Jesus did, being fully God and fully human on this earth, giving his life, being raised from the dead, this is how we are renewed. And then in renewing us, we see the renewal of creation. Pretty amazing, right? And this isn't something that we just look forward to as, this will happen eventually, although that's very true, right? We don't see people resurrecting with our eyes right now. We're not looking and thinking, wow, this world is absolutely perfect the way it is. Good job, God. Thank you, right? There are things we still look forward to, all of this renewal in its fullness. But we can see this work around us in day-to-day life, right? We can recognize that God uses renewed people to renew the world around them. That is really a part of our mission. We are to renew the world around us. part of being made in the image of God, part of representing God. In the New Testament, we see a lot of talk about people being indwelled by the Holy Spirit, or being the temple of God. And these are all pictures of carrying God's presence with you. You think about carrying the presence of God with you. Wherever your feet go, you can bring peace, you can bring hope, you can bring life, you can bring light, because that is what Jesus brings. That is what the Spirit of God brings. So how do we see this renewal? Jesus is the key. And that's why the kind of gospel we see in the Romans Road is so important. Again, I would add the resurrection to it, but that is the key. And that's why we don't want to lose sight of that. When we're talking about the big picture, we don't want to lose the forest for the trees or the trees for the forest. We need to see them both. And so we are going to talk more about how Jesus is the key in our next episode. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you. And please like, subscribe, share with your friends, write reviews. All of these things help to get the word out so that we can help equip Christians to share the gospel with everyone they know. God bless.
You've been listening to the Tending Our Nets podcast. If you like what you hear, check us out at the Raven Creek Social Club and by searching for us on social media via Tending Our Nets.
Raise us up to bear your